Hey, what's going on? Posido here. Today I'm going to show you an easy way to solo over rhythm changes. You know, sometimes as a bass player, we don't really get that much opportunity to take solos. And when we do, it can sometimes get intimidating when the chords are changing every 2 beats, like they do in rhythm changes. Okay, so what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you some strategies and some ways to approach this common chord progression so that you can think less and you can start soloing over it more confidently, more melodically, more freely, and just a little bit more from the heart. All right, let's get started. Okay, so this is a basic chord chart for rhythm changes. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the A section. If you want to dive deeper, check out the link I'll put in the description below. I go over a strategy for approaching the B section as well. Okay, now the A section, you'll notice that chords are moving every 2 beats. Okay, so sometimes that can be intimidating, and it can, you know, if you're not used to soloing or if you're new to soloing, the chords will feel like they're flying past you. Okay, just you finally get to one chord, the next chord's already there. Okay, so the first strategy or way we can approach this is to reduce these chords and greatly reduce it. And the way we can do this is just use our ears. Okay, so let's listen to the A section real quick. I'm going to talk about it for a second. Now, the easiest way to reduce it is to just think about what is the overall tonality of this section. Okay, all the chords or the entire tonality of this sounds like B flat. It doesn't really sound like it leaves. That's B flat. Okay, so that sounds great. Now I can think of B flat 6 to kind of give me that sound of B flat. Okay, that sounds great. If I were to just only play B flat 6 though, it's gonna at some point sound like it needs some movement. Okay, so this is where we can now just start adding chromaticism. I'm not gonna think too hard. All I'm gonna do is target the notes of B flat 6 by adding some chromaticism in between. Okay, and it sounds like this. That sounds cool. It's melodic. It's a little bit more soulful. I can play from my heart. I can think of rhythm. Okay, I'm not thinking of chord changes. All I'm doing is thinking about the tonality of B flat 6. Okay, now we can take this a step further. We can start adding a little bit of movement as well, not just with chromaticism, but another way we can add movement is just by implying a 5 chord. Okay, so I'm thinking of B flat 6. Okay, that's B flat 6. I can imply a 5 chord, and that will lead me back to the 1. So what I'm doing is basically creating almost a cadence in a sense, okay? A basic 5-to-1 cadence. And this is a way to kind of give the ear a sense of gravity with your lines and just kind of create these little checkpoints in your line that you know, lead the ear somewhere, okay? So you can do chromaticism, but then you can also play a 5 chord or imply a 5 chord. Now, what I'm gonna do is instead of just playing the arpeggio, for instance, of an F7, I'm gonna think G flat diminished, okay? That's gonna give me a flat 9. And that has a nice sound to it, okay? So let's listen to what this sounds like. I'm gonna emphasize B flat 6 this entire time for the most part, and then every now and then I'm gonna throw in that diminished arpeggio. Here we go. And I'm gonna throw it in typically the 5 chord before leading. That was diminished going back to the leading to my tonic, okay? That's very melodic. Okay, here we go again. Okay, so there's a couple things that we can do here. Again, all I'm doing is thinking of B flat, the tonality of B flat, particularly B flat 6. Now we can break things up a little bit by throwing in a blues scale or something bluesy. Okay, in a blues scale we have 1, flat 3, 4, flat 5, 5, flat 7, 1. And this can kind of break things up a little bit so it doesn't just sound like this tonality of just B flat 6. We have B flat 6 and then we can move into almost a B flat bluesy kind of sound to kind of break things up a little bit. Let's listen to what that sounds like. I'm just going to loop it. And by the way, I'm using an app called iReal Pro. This is a great app for repeating chord progressions and practicing soloing over chord progressions. Okay, tonality B flat 6. Blues. Okay, that was cool. Okay, so those are just a few ways you can approach soloing over rhythm changes in a way that can hopefully allow you to play a little bit more freely and more melodically. Okay, so I hope you got a lot out of this video. If you did, please like my video, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time.